Good afternoon and welcome to 88.1 WNAS New Albany. This is Brian Sullivan. I'm going to be joined on our broadcast today by Sam Jaggers as we are ready for the Harvest Homecoming Parade 2023 edition. And Sam, thank you for coming down and joining us today. Give our listeners at home and also anybody that is tuning in to watch the online stream of this on our YouTube channel, what kind of weather we're getting here, what kind of turnout you've seen so far, and just your basic impression as we get started. And please resist the urge to try to get some of those, some of the candies that are being brought down in front of us. We got to leave those for the kids, all right? So.
Oh, then I'll unload my pockets then. I've already got a stock full, but it's definitely chilly out. The hike over here due to parking was not fun, but everyone seems to be bundled up, and there's going to be some festivities for this area that I guess will keep people warm and happy. I mean, we have people lined up all the way down the street. So,
if you've not been down here or if it's been many years since you've been to the Harvest Homecoming Parade, the route starts here in front of New Albany High School, and we are currently directly in front of the pool at the intersection of Vincennes Street and Shelby. And so this will be the official kickoff directly in front of us and just a few feet to the left, and they will make their way down Vincennes Street south towards the river. It's about 6 or 7 blocks to get down to Spring Street, and then at that point they'll make a right and head down Spring all the way down to the viewing booths, and that's where I think that's right in front of St. Mary's Church is where they stop and get observed there. They've actually gone through and done all the voting as far as the award winners when everything was getting set up here this morning. So we should know as it goes along. We will see the awards listed on the side here, and we'll try to catch those as we go along. Have you been out and seen the parade before? Have you ever participated in the parade before? What has been your experience with the kickoff to Harvest Homecoming over the years?
I've never been a big harvest goer. I went to the parade my first time last year, parked outside Mickey's Coffee and just sat for a couple hours.
Kept sneaking inside to get yourself some coffee and then come back out.
That is not limited to WNAS only, yes. I was full on coffee the entire time.
I'll be honest, I grew up in New Albany, moved here when I was 3 years old. I never came down to the Harvest Homecoming Parade one time my entire life living here. I went off to college, and my first year coming back from Bloomington was like, I've been here for 15 years. It's probably time to go down. And I actually walked the entire parade route. I started here at the high school, walked down and just followed what was going along and kind of people watched. And it's one of those things when you're in school, you're aware of the people that you hang out with, your friends, and you've got that group, and it kind of insulates you in a way. But this is a very diverse community. Even though it's only about 40,000 people living here in town, there's a lot of people that you never come across, you never meet, you never get a chance to know. And events like this or the different things that are going to take place with Harvest Homecoming come up, it's a way to get in touch and get a better appreciation for the community that we grow up in. We're going to have a booth down at Harvest Homecoming. Did you work that last year, or were you fortunate not to be having to put up with Mr. Sullivan?
I've put up with you for several years.
Okay. So we will be down there. We encourage everybody to come out and join us at Pearl and Spring Street. Yeah, Spring and Pearl. We'll
right
be
by
there
Rec Bar.
Front of Rec Bar. We'll be down there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Everything's starting to take off to the side here, so the Harvest Homecoming banner kicks it off this year. The theme of the festival will be the 2023 Old-Fashioned Harvest Homecoming. Over the next hour or so, we're going to see dance groups, churches, daycares, politicians, police, and firefighters, along with many more in this parade. The 2023 Harvest Homecoming banner is being carried by Joyce Flora and Stephanie Uhl as the parade is officially underway.
As the banner passes, we should note that the official sponsors of this year's parade are Coyle Chevrolet and the U.S. Bank.
All right, the New Albany Police Department out here first, and the initial portion of the parade is a salute to law enforcement agencies at the city, county, and state level. We want to thank the New Albany Police Department for their countless hours of keeping our community safe, not least of which is during Harvest Homecoming week, when we're going to have hundreds of thousands of visitors pouring into downtown for a whole host of activities, and we will talk about those along the way.
And, of course, we have to acknowledge Steve Bush, who just went by. We welcome now the Floyd County Sheriff's Department. Included in the group this year are Sheriff Steve Bush, Chief Jeff Firkins, as well as other officers in their department. Featured today is the FCSO Mobile Command Center, a rapid response vehicle used to provide resources immediately to the police scene. This vehicle is used by the FSCO and Floyd County Emergency Management and was purchased at no expense to the local taxpayers.
We also want to give a thanks to the Indiana State Police for all they do to keep Floyd County and the surrounding areas safe. Special shout out to Dustin Zender and a warm welcome home to him. Platinum sponsors are going to be recognized right now, and we're going to pull up the list of those. Platinum sponsors for Harvest Homecoming this year are Samtec, the City of New Albany, Caesars Foundation. We're waving out there to Coach Cooley with the New Albany football team as they are putting the list out here. Samtec, City of New Albany, the Caesars Foundation of Floyd County, U.S. Bank, Brooke Hollis Studio, House of K Boutique, Marie Fulkerson Beauty Lounge, CK Entertainment Services, and Schmidt Furniture. We'll talk about some of the other sponsors coming up here in a moment, but first, the Grand Marshals of the parade. We want to get those recognized as well.
Absolutely. We have a very special group that are acting as the Grand Marshals today. Perhaps the single biggest name in the creation and growth of Harvest Homecoming was Cora Jacobs. She was the first woman of the New Albany Chamber of Commerce. The members of the next float are family members of hers, including her granddaughter and current Harvest Homecoming Committee member, Robin Duvall. Also representing the family are granddaughter Pam Jacobs Kelly, Ben Duvall, and his wife Sarah, and their daughters Paisley and Callie.
Next up, we've got Mayor Jeff Gahan. He is the current mayor of New Albany and running again in next month's general election. We're going to have all of that coverage for you on 88.1 WNAS on election night. That'll be November 7th. Early voting starting here on the 11th, so next week at several locations around the city. Coach Mayor Gahan looking to become just the second four-term mayor in the history of New Albany.
Diego Morales is Indiana's 63rd Secretary of State, following such names over the years as Evan Bay, Joe Hogsett, Edgar Whitcomb, and Sue Ann Gilroy. I apologize. He is the first Latino to be elected to state office. He is nearby Sellersburg, goodness, and is a veteran of both the United States Army and National Guard. He's also one of just a few individuals to be named both a Sagamore and Wabash and Kentucky colonel.
All right, we're going to have members of the Harvest Homecoming Committee coming up, including the chairman of the board. This is Rosie Bryant. And then behind her, we are going to have the Miss Harvest Homecoming winners. So that was a competition that took place 6 or 7 weeks ago up at Floyd Central. And Miss Harvest Homecoming 2023 is Catherine Selmer. She is a graduate of IUPUI who has participated in pageants since middle school, including Miss Indiana.
Up next, we have Whitney Wells, a Floyd Central student and member of the Dazzler and girls golf team.
And she is Miss Harvest Homecoming Teen 2023. I've got on the list that Kenneth Eichenberger, who is a Harvest Homecoming president, was next up here. Do not see him.
He's not the kid on the bike.
No, but I have seen him around earlier today on a set of rollerblades, so I know he is here. He is keeping quite busy. We have also got the Miss Harvest Homecoming Court and Princesses coming on this float right behind us. They are carried in a float here with Coil GMC doing the services of taking these young ladies through on the procession. We're losing some paperwork over to the left. I hope it was nothing important.
Oh, that's all right. Probably just some art. Up next, we have the fire department. The fire department of the city of New Albany is represented today with the 1937 Aaron's Fox Fire Truck and the Fire Pup. Coming up behind them is the New Albany Fire Department Rescue 5, pulling the city's new 26-foot fire boat. Also, we have Truck 1 with a 100-foot aerial.
All right, and this is the Crusader. Trying to see what the award here is on the side.
WHAS Crusade for Children.
Yes, the wind's kind of taking that through, and I have not had an opportunity to see these new boats that we have. But that 26-foot boat to be able to be out on the Ohio River and help with some of the rescues out here. And like Sam said, we've also got Truck 1 here. The New Albany Fire Department was established in 1818, so over 200 years servicing the New Albany community, and they've got a 100-foot ladder. There goes the president.
He was on a bike.
All right, he did zip right through here, and he's
Pedaling.
getting caught up in line, so Kenneth Eichenberger just shooting by.
Well, that's spirit.
We also want to remember our fallen here, honoring the fallen men and women of our military as well as police and emergency responses. We want to make sure that we pay tribute to the 1.3 million servicemen who have given their lives over the past 2.5 centuries in defense of the United States of America.
All right, coming up next, we have UPS, local icon as well as world icon, recognizing UPS, which is one of their international hubs out past the Muhammad Ali Airport. They're one of the preeminent global shipping and logistics solutions companies in the world.
I will say that I have spent my time with UPS.
We know you have.
I was there when I was
have.
20 years old and working out at the airport, and it is just an unbelievable operation that they have out there. You hear about it, but unless you've been out there on that campus and seen the volume of packages that come through there and able to keep that straight, it's unbelievable. What's Below LLC coming up next. If you know of a leaky lake, What's Below can repair leaks of any size within a 2-day drive of New Albany. What's Below knows how to transform that muddy mess into a beautiful lake. They can be found online at www.whatsbelow.com or by phone at 812-987-4119. They are based here in town and have been in business since 2017. Now, this is where stuff gets. I was going to say, this is where stuff gets out of order. We were working off of a script provided by Harvest Homecoming, and it said next up was the New Albany High School Band. That is most definitely not.
Scroggins looks way better.
So I'm not sure who we've got here, although it is an award-winning. Is that Kelly Carnigan? All right, the next one up is the Silver Hills Historic Society. Kelly Carnigan there. They are located up at the top of the Cherry Street Hill and dedicated to preserving the history of Silver Hills. That is the area overlooking downtown New Albany up in the Knobs. Who we got next here?
We have the Magic School Bus with Discovery Time 2. Say goodbye to Miss Frizzle.
Discovery Time 2 Child Care Ministries here at the parade, and also an underwriting grant sponsor of WNAS New Albany. It looks like
have more.
We have got the staff and some of the kids that go to school here, and obviously they're throwing out a lot of candy, and so you're going to see a lot of kids on the parade route sitting on the curb here getting some of this to start the month off, and this will be a good bookend to what's going to happen on Halloween coming up. Next up, and just for the sake of accuracy, this is the Half-Ass Car Club USA. They are the car club that don't finish nothing. And I don't know anything about them. This is the first time that I have seen them out here, but by golly, they have got candy out here. And it looks like they have a lot. They didn't provide a lot of information about themselves, but they have got a lot of interesting vehicles here.
We're going to be with them for a while.
Now, we know that we get the Corvettes in here, and they usually have a pretty big crew, but this is kind of a random assortment. While they are coming through here, we also want to let you know about the gold sponsors of Harvest Homecoming this year. They include Extol Magazine and Media, Andy's Roofing, Coyle Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, and Nissan, Eager Beaver Tree Service, Stockyard Bank and Trust, Bliss Travel Incorporated, Conrad Brothers Moving and Storage, Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, and Bellatox Lounge. And Bellatox is the official makeup and beauty product supplier of Harvest Homecoming. Among the executive or platinum sponsors, Samtech, they sponsor the Samtech Cares Kids events. Caesars Foundation of Floyd County, they hosted the Name That Song Scholarship contest that we were involved with.
We were.
Last week down at the auditorium here at New Albany, and that several of you all participated in. Brooke Hollis Studio, they're the official pageant photographer. House of K Boutique, the official dress sponsor, and Marie Fulkerson Beauty Lounge, which is right down the street from us here on Vincennes. They are the official dress sponsor, or I'm sorry, the official hair and makeup artist. So we thank all of them for their support of Harvest Homecoming. This is not something that can be done without the partnership of a lot of businesses and individuals here in the town of New Albany and the surrounding areas, so we thank them as well. We have still got the car club here, and as I look back, we might be here for a little bit. We've got
They brought the full club.
They did indeed, and I don't know if this is necessarily safe driving with the mask on that they've got here, but at about 2 miles an hour, we're not going to worry about that so much.
No. Even with kids running into the street for candy, I think we'll be all right.
Tomorrow evening, if you have not been out, we have got the pumpkin decorating contest. That's going to be taking place from 2 to 4 down at the Farmers Market in downtown New Albany. So if you haven't had an opportunity to come down there and see that event, come down. It's very creative what everybody comes up with, and the judging will take place, and they give out a lot of awards there as we get closer to 4 o'clock. So that'll be taking place tomorrow as the next activity of the Harvest Homecoming. All right.
Finally on to the next one.
We have finally got, and you can hear them revving up here as they go by. The next one up, Sam?
All right. We have not a car club, but 4 look out, the Golf Scramble winners. The next group up are the champions of the inaugural Sazerac Harvest Homecoming Golf Classic. This event was hosted by the City of New Albany and held at Valley View Golf Course Club. A special thanks to Sazerac, with more than 40 companies and individuals that were sponsors of the Classic. The money that they raise will be used to promote junior golf in New Albany and Floyd County, as well as assist the golf programs in New Albany and Floyd Central. Thanks again to Sazerac.
Coming up next, Wonderly Lights of Southern Indiana. Make your holiday season brighter. Wonderly Lights will transform your home or office into a magical winter wonderland. Their commitment to quality and attention to details allows them to deliver awe-inspiring light displays that are sure to make your holidays special. Their designers and installers combine the wow factor of an elegant design with the charm of the holiday season, offering you a stress-free experience during one of the most memorable times of the year. Give them a call for a free quote at 812-964-5094. Next up is the Indiana University Southeast Theater, and they received 3rd place for the theme award, and this is an old-fashioned Harvest Homecoming is the theme this year, and so we're seeing
it's a banjo going by.
Quite a bit here.
Notably.
Coming up next, I'll let you handle one of our New Albany High School's own.
All right. The New Albany High School NJROTC has been named the area's most outstanding unit for 3 consecutive years. As such, they've been invited to attend the Pearl Harbor Memorial Parade on December 7th in Hawaii, and will also be presenting colors for D-Day's 80th anniversary in 2024. Locally, the New Albany NJROTC donates over 5,000 man-hours to local community service projects. The NJROTC's principal mission is to develop better citizens and an understanding of civic responsibility. The Cadet Corps is led by Cadet Lieutenants Chance Philippi and Samara Cornett.
All right, and we've got what looks to be today, I don't know if we've got the full unit out here, but look to have about 60 or 70 members of the New Albany High School NJROTC, and you will often see them out at sporting events as they present the colors before every boys basketball and football game out here. So they come by, and they've done an outstanding job as one of the top units in the area. And they're going to be followed up by one of the New Albany High School buses here that transport a lot of our sports teams and other organizations on campus around. Coming up next, if this next float did not wind up winning stuff,
That's the
I
first
would be
actual
stunned.
float
It's like,
we've seen.
oh my
It's
gosh,
not a
this is
trailer.
impressive. This is New Albany Stormwater. They are strategically, with us being strategically situated on the Ohio River, rather. New Albany was once one of the nation's most prolific steamboat building cities. From 1818, when the first steamboat was built here, through the 1870s, this industry was at the core of New Albany's fortunes. Nearly 300 boats were built here, and today the New Albany Stormwater Department pays its respects to the steamboat and river industry. The department asks for your help to protect our local waterways that lead to the Ohio River. Please help them keep the Ohio free of trash and pollutants by allowing only rainwater down the drains. Clean water starts with you. They got the Mayor's Award, the Vice President's third place award, and the Commercial first place award. So that is an outstanding float there.
Yeah. One of the best ones we've seen so far, for sure.
And they've actually also got some
they
of
doubled down.
Yes. Now this is the actual stormwater equipment that they use there, but boy, I hope we got some good shots of the float as it went by.
Absolutely.
All right.
Following that up,
Yep.
Mr. and Mrs. Bill Charlotte Cook, driving their 1930 Model A coupe with a rumble seat. This just shows how great it is that people still get out here and engage in harvest. Bill is 86 years old and Charlotte is 84. They've been married for 62 years. They've been driving their Model A in this parade for a quarter century. Being pulled behind the Model A are the Cook grandchildren, as well as the children from Nini's Daycare, which is run by Bill and Charlotte's daughter.
All right, Mr. G's Car Wash coming up next, and one of the new fun traditions in town, about to begin its third year, is the Mr. G's Haunted Car Wash. That's going to be held on the 20th, 21st, 27th, and 28th this month, and benefits the boys and girls soccer programs at New Albany High School. They are located at 3220 Grant Line Road. It's right by the railroad tracks on Grant Line Road. It's $25 per car, and we invite you to come out there. It's a combination car wash and haunted house. So if you haven't done it, I highly encourage everyone to do so.
Eventful. All right, Veterans of Foreign Wars. The VFW 1693 Hobart Beach. VFW 1693 Hobart Beach is here to help unite veterans of our community.
All right. They got the second place for the Vice President's Award. And coming up behind, the first of two giant floats we're going to have for politicians here. We don't have anything written down. I'm just going to try to shout out some of the names of the folks, especially the ones that have come in and worked on the candidate profile show. We've been shooting videos of politicians that are on the ballot for this year's election. And right now we have got the Republican candidates on the Floyd County ballot, highlighted by Ed Clare, who is running for mayor this year against Jeff Gahan. Looking up on the board, I see Stephanie Griffith. Stephanie is running for city council. Dave Abersold running for city council as well. Scott Whalen running for city council at large. See Heather Archibald Peters up there, one of the underwriting grant sponsors of WNAS there. Jay Papp running for city council at large, and Darrell Neely running for District 3 councilman. Some of the folks that have come by here, and we appreciate all of them that participated in the program. We're going to try to have that on the air for everyone on our YouTube page sometime next week to try to be able to help educate the voters and get to know some of the candidates before early voting starts on the 11th.
I've got to say, that's the first party float I've seen come down doing a song and dance.
Well, we'll see what the Democrats have here in a little bit. You'll notice they put about 20 floats in between them just to make sure.
Stagger them. There's no fighting. Yeah, but keeping a roof over the children's heads on this float, Premier Homes, their mission has been simple: honest and consistent to provide quality construction at an exceptional value. By never settling, they have continued to grow and remain the most efficient and quality-conscious builder in the area.
They are the Theme Award second place. And handing out beads here instead of the candy.
Well, these kids look happy.
I want some candy. I'm not going to lie. Now we'll just see who's got the arm to be able to get it up here. We are set about 25 feet off of the curb, so I don't think anything's going to get up this direction.
How fast are these floats moving? They've got time.
What I want is if the Bulldogs had any candy, especially considering that two of the coaches and several of the dancers are members of WNAS. Celebrating their 50th year, the Bulldogs are the dance team at New Albany High School. The team supports and attends varsity football, basketball, and soccer games, as well as additional community events throughout the year. I see Marin, I see Callie, I see Jenna out there, some of our WNAS staff members participating. Malia Powell over on the side as well. And so that was allegedly their excuse for getting out of working on our broadcast. We had to march in the parade with the Bulldogs. So
we'll
50th year, the team competes at the regional and national competitions in hip-hop, pom, and game day categories. Who have we skipped to? We got the Rauch Industries. We have been missing some stuff along the way, some floats, and I mentioned to you before we went on that we were going to have some folks not showing up, but we got Rauch Industries next.
Right. For over 70 years, Rauch has been supporting individuals with disabilities in the community and ensuring that they get the support they need through work and day programs, education, supported housing, affordable transportation, and much more. Rauch works daily to help individuals and their families while encouraging the community to acknowledge and value the contributions of all people. Their motto is, imagine a community where everyone belongs, and they would like to thank the citizens of New Albany for making that dream a reality.
I see Motion Studios here. I'm not sure if we start having people bounce around.
Yeah.
So trying to see if we've got them.
I mean, they're a studio, and they're in motion currently, so they fit the name.
Yep. Stuff's out of order, so it's one of the dance studios here in town. All right. At Motion Studio, they encourage both artistic development and personal growth for ages 3 to adult. They're online at motionstudioonline.com. You can set up a free week of classes and set your passion in motion. They're the only school in Southern Indiana with the prestigious American Ballet Theater National Training Curriculum certification. Then we will scroll down to Sparkles and Spurs coming up next.
Sparkles and Spurs is a local line dance team. They perform at all of the local fairs and festivals.
And unfortunately, they don't have the ability to break out a line dance for us right now.
Apparently not.
Evidently, they're trying to make sure that we don't have stuff back up. So Motion Studios, I think, got out of order, and now they have pulled off to the side. They're directly in front of us in here. So there's the now we're catching up here.
Those
so
sad waves.
And we get the little ones here in the back of the pickup truck there. So some of the older ones look like older elementary kids, and these look like perhaps some preschool or maybe young elementary students here. Again, motionstudioonline.com, and hopefully they realize that they're on the air, and we get pretty waves and smiles.
Not just mine.
All right, so let's see if we can get back, and we got H&P Plumbing. Do not have them on the list. H&P Plumbing, they do camera inspection, drain cleaning, water heaters, plumbing remodels, water line repairs, and faucets and toilets. You can give them a phone call at 502-381-8435.
That's the beauty of trucks right there.
I am always appreciative when they come by and they have the information. So if, for whatever reason,
Licensed
the scripts that we
are
provided does not have that, then we can work right off of that and appear to sound semi-intelligent here. So let's see if we have gotten caught up. The Girl Scouts.
Bingo, we're in. Right there.
All right.
Girl Scouts from Kentuckiana. Let your adventure begin today. Details can be found online at gskentuckiana.org.
All right, so they're a little bit ways off, but it's just never too early to think about. Girl Scout cookies, what are your favorites?
I try and stay away. My mom, she gets, what are the ones that are like blueberry donuts? What are those? that shows the extent of how healthy.
I'm very much
the ones where you have to sit down and watch Gilmore Girls after and you ask yourself why. Those are the cookies you need.
I am a Thin Mints and Samoa myself. I'm getting a thumbs down from one of our
Does Thin
video
Mints
people
make you
here.
feel better?
Oh, my gosh.
It has mint in it.
I'll buy about 10 of them and throw them in the freezer.
We call that an incentive around WNAS.
Coming up next, Awesome Sports and Camps. They are Southern Indiana's leader in before and after school camps, summer camps, child and adult martial arts, dance, and wrestling. They're excited to be celebrating their 20th year of serving the community and changing lives, and are looking forward to many more years. They can be found online at awesomesportsandcamps.com or by phone and text at 812-287-0255. They have free trial programs that they encourage you to check out.
All right, give me a minute. I'm going to go try and fight one of those kids. Let's see how their karate holds
This
up.
must be their martial arts program here.
Yeah.
So we've got several. It's like we got about 15 kids out there. And this is the first time I remember them being a part of the Harvest Homecoming Parade here. So we thank them for coming out. Next up, I'll let you take Christian Brothers Automotive here.
All right, Christian Brothers Automotive rolling through after the Karate Kids. Christian Brothers Automotive is new to New Albany community, but very excited to serve and be part of the area. They are a full-service automotive shop servicing all makes and models.
If you haven't seen their new facility, if you go out Charlestown Road and past the movie theater and past Spaghetti Junction and Tony T's Cobblers and more, they're on the right side just before you get to that driving range. We've got Toys for Tots. They won the third place for the Henry Ramsey Award. These are the Southeast Marines Indiana Detachment 1394. This is a group made up of Marine Corps veterans from the community as well as Navy FMF corpsmen. And they are obviously helping out with Toys for Tots today.
They just look joyous out there. It's like Santa Claus going by.
You know, and somewhere I had some Santa notes on that, but I don't think that was for for this float.
Well, he must have got mismanaged. Rudolph dropped them off.
You don't want me to take Floyd. I'm going to try to rip through this one quickly. New Albany Flood Control, they're responsible for maintaining 3.5 miles of flood wall consisting of both earth, levee, and concrete walls. They have 6 pumping plants, 3 service openings, 7 movable closures. They are responsible for making sure if we have any flood situations on the Ohio, that they are able to man that 24 hours a day in those situations. And She Runs This, Southern Indiana, follows up a free international running and walking group for women. 500 chapters nationally. The one here in town has about 400 members. And you can find them on Facebook by searching for Southern Indiana She Runs This Town.
Rolling through our thespians with the Floyd Central Theater Arts. The students of the Floyd Central Theater Arts program are presenting the national high school premiere of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the musical. Enter a world of pure imagination with shows between November 3rd and 12th. Come see these talented students in action by going online to get tickets at www.floydcentraltheater.org.
All right, and it looks like high school students here. They took the second place in the Junior Citizens Award, and so they've got that coming up here. We got to get through Harvest Homecoming, Halloween, but I believe they're going to have 4 or 6 shows for that coming up beginning on November the 3rd. So, like Sam said, you can go online to get more details about that and also purchase tickets. Coming up next, and we've got a pretty good group here. Ooh,
throw some ducks.
We have got Southern Indiana Jeep members. They were founded in 2014 with 3,000 members from all over this portion of the state, anything from mild mall crawling to wild rock crawling. Be sure to check them out on Facebook. And the one I am most interested, you know what? Some of these are pretty creative with the decorations. We've got a Halloween theme down here with cobwebs all over, but what I am most interested in is down here.
Oh, there's a Skeletor.
The straight line from us to DePaul Memorial United Methodist Church across the way. We have got one of those 20-foot skeletons here in the back of one of the vehicles. I have seen more of those popping up around town as you go around and look at decorations. I debated purchasing one, and I'm telling you,
are these the things you need as an adult?
No, and the price, I'm a public school teacher.
Right.
Let's be realistic. I do not have the funds to be able to get one of those, but I can tell you if I did, I would probably have it at home, but I would also seriously consider using my key to get on the roof of New Albany High School here and have that overlooking the festivities here. We're being overwhelmed by the sound here. So if that bleeds over, and we had some of that last night in the football broadcast, hopefully you're just hearing the dulcet tones of Sam Jaggers and myself here. But occasionally you're going to get the fire trucks come through here with the alarms on, and in this case we've got some music coming from the speakers of the group coming by. 502 Slingshot Cartel. Unfortunately, we do not have any details about them as they follow up with the Southern Indiana Jeep members, but that is the group that has got the enormous skeleton in the back here.
I was really
starting to get some wind. Starting to get some wind picking up here.
Well, this is experimental.
Hoping to make sure this doesn't blow away.
Right.
Got to make sure as that kicks in that we're getting some folks wandering up here.
That's a first.
Only come down to take pictures of the Shriners. My mom and dad, my dad and my brother are Shriners.
The Shriners are coming up next. The Tri-County Shrine Club.
Went on to Purdue and became a legal lawyer.
There you go. That's the way to do it.
We're just going to let the
Hey, what's going on, Brian?
well, we've got a lot of music, Nate, coming from in front of us, making a little bit to be heard over the top of here. So how's the broadcast going for you here behind us? Nate Samsel with all the technical support today to make sure that we got this online.
Good, what is it? Here, afternoon here, ladies and gentlemen. Back here behind what we call the TriCaster editing studio here. I'll let you get a sneak peek. With me around the corner somewhere. Hey, if you can see me, there I am.
Nate peeking out. Nate, talk about tech. Have at it.
Right now we got a lot of bleed through noise from all this music we got playing through all these slingshots here. Looks like coming up we got the spinning Corsair hat. Again, quite difficult to talk over all the noise here, but we're having a great time. Brian, we got, what'd you say, we got here around 11:30-ish to get set up?
Yeah, we're set up in front of the pool at New Albany High School.
What would be the pool?
The pool that is newly and almost totally renovated here. And Sam and Nate, members of the boys swimming team here, are we on pace to get this pool up and running before your season starts?
Don't ask me. I'm going to try and be nice about it. Don't ask me.
I'm just now seeing here on some of these slingshots, they have speakers pointed on the outside, pointing towards people.
How kind.
The members of the parade. That's why it was so loud.
Let me ask you, because Sam, we had a young lady come up here and walk into our tent and just start randomly talking to you. So
Yeah.
could you tell us, she was having something to say about
I couldn't
the
hear a
Shriners.
thing.
Okay.
I couldn't hear a thing. I just nodded and smiled. So
I believe she was taking pictures for Corsair is what I got from
something
that.
about the shrines, and she shared some other things that I cannot share on this broadcast.
I thought I was catching maybe she had family members that had been involved with that when she was.
Looks like we got Snoopy or some dog.
Oh, that's
playing.
Snoopy. Isabella to our left is poking her head out. That's Snoopy. Grinning ear to ear. Playing the organ.
The
Wait,
pipe organ.
yes, or is that a? That's not a calliope, is it?
I have no idea. What do you think? I'm a nerd?
Yes. The Corsair Shrine
I only play
Circus.
keyboards and pianos. I haven't branched out to organ yet.
The Corsair Shrine Circus.
Once I
gonna be
join the band, you can start asking me those questions.
January 26th to 28th of 2024 is when they're going to be having their next circus here. Coming up next, Lark Ranch. They are located in Lanesville and are the ultimate fall experience with train rides for kids and adults, a corn maze, pumpkin patch, amusement rides, and much more. Lark Ranch is sure to be your new family fall tradition.
That is one large pumpkin.
That is actually even bigger than the one that usually wraps up the Harvest Homecoming Parade and that they have right there at the intersection of Pearl and Market Street once we get into booth days next week. So Lark Ranch, also first time that they have been participants in the Harvest Homecoming Parade here. And hopefully now everybody, whether you're listening on the radio station right now or you're watching us on the YouTube channel,
Fumbling through our
I
notes.
don't know if you could hear us. I could barely hear Sam, and he was sitting right next to us with the cars that came through here blasting their speakers. But I hopefully now it sounds a little bit better for us. Coming up next, sir.
All right, we did just get a text, though, that the outside noise is not overpowering us.
Okay,
We're
good.
loud and clear. It's all us.
Good to hear.
There we go.
NYX New Albany. NYX is a plastics manufacturing company located here in New Albany. They love to celebrate their employees by being a part of special events such as the Harvest Homecoming Parade.
They got to be pretty happy. Took first place with the Theme Award and the President's Award. And their sponsors, including David Batliner, Brian Engelman, Starlight Coffee Company, Shireman's Market, and Wildly Rooted Designs. City of New Albany wastewater coming up next, and of course they are not in the order, so I believe.
I'll say this. Every time I saw that truck as a kid, I thought they were in charge of television because I always see closed captioning television when I see the side of that truck. That's just the only thing I see.
Closed captioning.
For information on the City of New Albany wastewater and pipe inspection, you can find a link on www.cityofnewalbany.com, or you can give them a phone call at 812-948-5320. Again, we want to recognize the platinum sponsors of the Harvest Homecoming Festival this year. They include Samtec, the City of New Albany, the Caesars Foundation of Floyd County, U.S. Bank, Brooke Hollis Studio, House of K Boutique, Marie Fulkerson Beauty Lounge, CK Entertainment Services, and Schmidt Furniture.
I just got a text myself that said, over all that music, we were heard loud and clear.
All right.
Awesome.
So there we go.
That's pretty good because last night we got messages saying that there was stuff bleeding through our football broadcast, and so we apologize for that. But obviously with Nate on hand, I'm expecting that to be much better this year.
I know him. All right.
Nate, you want to take it? Who is it? It's Santa. It is Santa. All right, next up is the trackless train that was designed and built by Ray Falkenberg in 1972. It was made using the International Club Cadet of 147 lawn tractor. It was sold out of the family for several years, then found and brought back into the family by Don Riley. It has been owned and restored by Don's nephew, John Riley. The family of Don Riley is riding and walking with the train today, and Nate's favorite friend, Santa Claus.
Santa
And
Claus.
evidently, according to the notes that we had, Don Riley would go about dressed as Santa in the community for many, many years here. And so this is a nod back to that tradition here. And I definitely enjoyed the train here. The Riley train taking third place President's Award in the Harvest Homecoming Parade this year. The Knights of Columbus, is that who we got coming up next? Yes.
That appears to be.
Well, and I wondered they didn't have anything. Actually, this is the Sons and Daughters of the American Revolution. That's why I was out of sorts here, because I saw the mention of the Scribner House here. So the Sons and Daughters of the American Revolution, one of the oldest lineage groups in the United States dating back to 1889. They promote patriotism, serving the community, educating and inspiring future generations about the founding principles of our country. And they are in charge of the Scribner House in town here. Our chapter is the Pine-Cashaw chapter. And if you have not been down to see the Scribner House, it's located across from Schmidt Furniture and next to the YMCA. So we encourage everybody to go down there, especially elementary school students. We used to do that during fourth grade when I was in school. Not sure if that is still the case or not.
I was able to go.
Okay.
I went,
All right.
yeah. Wonderful experience. All right, coming up next we have Odell Equipment. One of those trucks that does not give us anything to work with, and we are currently out of order. So I'll let the float speak for itself. We have some nice decorations here. Very festive.
Again, that theme of old-time harvest.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate the ones that have stuck to the theme this year.
Yes,
we've seen some very well-done floats so far.
I would say so far also the costumes they have worn
Absolutely.
in conjunction with those have been the best I've seen, at least in the 7 years that I've been doing this.
I mean, I've done this twice, and just for the weather alone, this year takes the cake, but the festivities themselves are doing pretty well too.
And we're definitely hoping that it holds throughout the next week, that the temperatures are about here or maybe a little bit warmer, and that the better the weather is, obviously the bigger the turnout down there at the booth days. And again, those start at noon on Thursday. So we hope everybody comes down, especially to stop by our booth in front of Rec Bar there at the intersection of Spring and Pearl.
Are these the starving artists?
Well, let's see here.
I believe so, yeah. IUS Fine Arts. I recently toured Indiana Bloomington looking at fine arts degrees, so they may see me there. Here, I'll show some art on screen.
There. He's very talented.
There you go. Show it again, Sam. Show it again. There you go. Our radio listeners are very confused right now.
Yeah. One of the best pictures you've ever seen drawn. For those of you that are watching live.
Third place
People that are listening,
Junior
be nice
Citizens
to 'em.
Award and third place for the Commercial Award, the IUS Fine Arts program here.
Here come all the Corvettes.
No little red ones. Oh, wait. First one.
Yeah, yep.
There you go.
I don't know how little it is, but I tell you
Oh,
what,
yeah. Well,
this
Let me take my glasses
typically
off. It
this
is now.
typically is going to be one of the biggest stretches that we have here. The River City Corvette Club, they have raised over $450,000. Actually, we're getting shout out from Marty Detailing Express. They are located in Clarksville. Telephone number 502.
960, and then the last four are up to your interpretation. Oh, wait.
Here we go. We're going
2990.
We're going to give a shout out
All right, here we go.
Thank you very much, sir, to Marty Detailing and Express. They are located at 411 West Lewis and Clark Parkway in Clarksville. You can find them online at martydetailingexpress.com. Their cell phone number 502-909-2990. And we thank, I'm presuming that might be Marty.
Might have been. I mean, he
jumped
ran
out
up
of the
here.
parade route.
Super
and
sweet of us.
Gave us his card because we were trying to get his information as they went by. So, and again, when I notice somebody that has not been here before, we got to make sure to try to give them a shout out here on the broadcast and let them know that we recognize their participation in the Harvest Homecoming Parade for the first time. So we thank them. Now, to get back to what I was saying before Marty jumped out of the parade route here, River City Corvette Club coming up next. They have raised over $450,000 for Hospice Health of Louisville over the last few years. River City Corvette Club has over 300 Corvettes in the club, including every generation from C1 to C8.
For those car nuts listening on the radio, it looks like we got some C8s out here, multiple C8s, newest model. Got a few C7s, a couple C6s. I've only seen one C3 and one C2.
See, I'm not a Corvette guy, so I'm going to defer right now, or cars in general. I'm going to defer to Nate on this one.
Well, my grandpa was a part of the Corvette Club and was in the parade, and I was in the parade at one point in his Corvette, which is currently sitting in my garage. 40th anniversary.
When is that going to get dusted off for prom this year? Can we expect to see you tooling around in that?
So I can drive a stick shift. It is a stick shift, but it's all up to my parents.
I mean, I can drive a stick shift. All right.
But we'll see.
So
we'll see.
But
I wouldn't have to worry about it getting stolen because I don't think many people in New Albany can drive a stick shift. But we'll have to see.
I don't think I can name many. I think Carly Smith can.
Carly Smith can. I know
Lila Waters can.
I know Gretchen Sprecher can.
Yeah.
Mr. Sullivan can as well.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
Mr. Sullivan,
Supposedly.
there you go.
We'll have to test it. Get out in the parade. We're all taking the Corvette next year. We're going to do this on the move.
And we talked about tomorrow night the pumpkin decorating contest Monday evening. The next Harvest Homecoming event is going to be the dog show. If you've not been down there, best costume, best tricks. There's an ugly dog contest in there. It's not always dogs. A few other pets sneak out there. That's going to be down on the amphitheater on the riverfront. And I believe that runs from about 5 to 7. So we encourage everybody to get out there.
All right. After that long, long line of cars, we have New Hope Services. New Hope Services is proudly celebrating 64 years of service to the southern Indiana area and the extended service area. NHS has increased their capacity to provide a full continuum of human services from child and family support through ability services. Their unique expertise in developing affordable housing allows them to also partner with communities they serve and have an even greater positive economic and developmental impact.
following up New Hope Services is New Chapel Fire Company. They provide fire, EMS, hazmat, and technical rescue services to the property owners of New Albany Township and the surrounding areas. The department's a combination department that includes full-time and volunteer firefighters on duty 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. The firefighters of New Chapel Fire Company would like to thank everyone in the community for their support. Also, appreciating the support is the Harvest Homecoming Committee, and they are supporters that of the gold level, including X-Toll Magazine and Media, Andy's Roofing, Coyle Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, and Nissan. As the New Chapel
levels now.
There we go.
Oh, boy.
We'll have to get the text from people saying, can you hear us over the top or not? So one of the things, we have not had any of the sirens going off traditionally because we're actually set up about 20 feet to the right of the official start of the parade route. It doesn't start till they get through Shelby Street here to our left, but I think somebody went up and said, hey, the kids have felt deprived, as have the listeners at home. So New Chapel, Truck 41 fires one up for us there. Eager Beaver Tree Service, Stockyards Bank and Trust, Bliss Travel Incorporated, Conrad Brothers Moving and Storage, Summers Plumbing, Heating and Cooling, and Bellatox Lounge. The rest of the gold sponsors of Harvest Homecoming this year.
Looking like a Chevrolet Bel Air, 1967. But no, 57.
This is Central Christian Church. They are disciples of Christ Church where all are welcome. They have Sunday worship services from 10 to 11 in the morning. They are located at 1315 East Spring Street in downtown New Albany. We are now officially off the charts here. We're going to go ahead and close that.
We're off the charts. Here we go.
We tried retyping the script to make it a little bit more fluid for us, and because of all sorts of technical issues, trying to get everything set up today, did not get everything done, so we'll do Recycle New Albany here. Sam?
All right. Recycle Floyd County. Please remember to recycle in Floyd County. Our recycle sites are welcome to you and your recyclables at our 2 locations. Our New Albany location is open Tuesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturday 9 to 2 at 3005 Grantline Road, and our other location is behind the Digital Library of Galena off Highway 150, which is open 9 to 5 on Wednesdays.
Their website is www.recyclefc.com as they come through with a couple of...
I'm hearing some bass bumping.
There we go.
There you go.
It's because we got some gymnasts and cheerleaders coming up next. All-Stars, Gymnastics, and Cheerleading. They have probably been training athletes on and off the mat since 1982 in acro, cheerleading, and they specialize in all levels of tumbling. All-Stars is well recognized in the Southern Indiana community for its award-winning programs with national champions as well as a certified coaching staff under the operations owner Karen McKinley Boyd since 1982. All-Stars Gymnastics and Cheerleading is the past, present, and future of our athletes, and we have got a whole host of young ladies, elementary school age, it looks like primarily, and they have got their pom-poms and ready to do some routines for us here. Now here's the thing, you catch them now at the start of the parade route. They are chipper, they are excited. And unless they have done this before, it's a longer parade route than you would anticipate.
Especially for small children.
Yeah. So I know when I was coaching out at IU Southeast, we had the athletic department come out here with all of our athletes. And my daughters, who are out here today, walked with us. But at that point, they were about 4 and 7 years old. And they slept well that evening.
That's stroller age, yeah. Goodness. Who's next? Kevin Brabant, the 1971 Plymouth Duster. Nate, you have anything? What are we looking at?
We stumped him.
Something.
We stumped him. Got him.
71 Plymouth Dust. That's my favorite one. Is we have random. We got all the organizations and the businesses and the government entities, and then we just have random folks.
Yeah,
jump
I'm
in
just
there.
going to go through next year and see what you can say about me.
I love it. I love it. J-Dog Junk Removal coming up next. They are local, veteran-owned and operated, full-service junk removal and light demolition solution. They serve the entire Kentuckiana area. J-Dog specializes in full house cleanouts, but they do it all big or small. J-Dog Junk Removal donates, repurposes, or recycles as much as they can from every load, helping to keep things out of landfills. You can give them a call at 844-GET-JDOG to schedule a pickup. That is 844-GET-JDOG.
And another radio station coming through, Way FM. Way FM is Louisville's Christian music radio at 105.9 and 104.3 FM, online and on a mobile app. Tune in now or learn more online at wayfm.com.
And see, we claim to be the most eclectic radio station in terms of the mix of music, and I will say we do not play any Christian music, so that's the only non-competitor that we have in the entire market here.
We'll let them slide.
Way FM, so... I told you we were going to have about 20 floats in between the Republicans and the Democrats. And so coming up next are the Democrats, led by Central Committee Adam Dickey, Erica Lawrence, Tony Turan, and Jane Willman. They are here to enjoy the sights, smells, and activities of Harvest Homecoming 2023. With the campaign season for the upcoming general election in full swing, the Democratic candidates and elected officials are eager to serve you in this community. Floyd County Democratic Party working hard for our community. We're going to look and see if, like we did with the Republican float, if we can name some of the candidates that have come in here, and especially the ones that joined us for our candidate profile. There's Adam Dickey at the front of the stage, giving a shout-out to WNAS, and we'll do the same back. Tony Turan. I see Maury Goldberg. Jeannie Collier on the float. We got Bill Briscoe, former voice of the New Albany Floyd County Schools. Jason Applegate there at the back. Elaine Gunnerman Murphy that came in. She's running for city council after years on the school board there. So we thank all of them for their service to the community here and wish all of the candidates, Republican, Democrat, or otherwise, best of luck. And you're going to see a lot of them over the next month at a lot of activities. Both groups will have booths down at Harvest Homecoming. I think the Democrats are on Market Street. The Republicans are around the corner on Pearl Street, and so they will be out there for long stretches coming up. I believe that we are on to
Rainbow Dance Academy.
Yes, indeed. So some more dancing. These look like a little bit older students here.
Prepped for the parade. Rainbow Dance Academy. Make some noise for your RDA All-Stars, ranging in from ages 4 to 18. This group works year-round for a chance to be crowned a national champion. Once again, interested in joining our program? Tryouts are held in May of each year. And then here we have some Cadillacs for Nate.
Yeah, Nate's going to work us through here as he I think we had a technical issue with one of the cameras here. So
we had a good run. We had a good run.
Live television, live radio. There is nothing like it.
Nothing like it.
All right, the Cadillac Connection, founded in 2013, fully established in 2017. It's the first classic Cadillac-only car club in Louisville. The members preserve or restore their Cadillacs with their own personal touch. The club Cadillacs date at least 20 years old, most of them from the 60s and 70s, and they even have one going back to 1933. Cadillac Connection has proudly been participating in the Gaslight Festival for almost a decade, working with several charitable organizations, putting on events, helping to raise funds for the needy. The president and first lady, Angelo and Lisa Lewis, in the rear car, and this is always one of the favorites because they always have a 12-foot pet python snake that is going to be in the back of the Cadillac.
Lord.
Bring out Dutch Viger.
Well, and it's always interesting because, again, we got a lot of kids down on the curb. The first time they see that, I know the first thought is it real? And then you find out which kids could not care less and which ones are a little trepidatious about what they are seeing here. So we're waiting for the 12-foot python. The python's name is sunny.
All right. Looks like a ZZ Top cover band just passed us.
You're proud of that one, aren't you?
Well, we have got about, looks like 8 or 9 cars in the Cadillac Caravan here.
Guess what, Brian?
Tell me.
I just got all of our cameras back up. We lost 2, and now we're back.
We're back.
Now we're back to having all of them.
This is why Nate stays around, because without him, I am exposed as the fraud that I am here.
Yeah.
And we will be sure to keep
Wizard
him
of Oz
on
over here.
Exactly. We'll keep him on retainer. When he graduates, he's going to come across the stage, get his diploma, and then we will immediately
turn right back around.
Exactly.
Turn back around and run the show.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying I haven't seen the Python.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get these babies out of the way. Where's the Python?
We've had all the cars come through, and you can't miss the thing. It is enormous. I believe it is yellow, and I'm feeling deprived right about
Oh, my
now.
gosh, it's on your feet. All right. I'm sad I shaved for this next one. Beard Electric. Beard Electric Company is family-owned electrical contracting business located in New Albany, Indiana, providing residential and commercial service. The company is celebrating its 20th anniversary this year, and they look absolutely thrilled to be doing it.
812-923-1213 is the phone number, and they have been a past underwriting grant sponsor of WNAS. I believe Mr. Beard has got a daughter, Jenna, in our program here.
I didn't even think about that.
You got to think about
Jenna
these
Beard.
things.
You got to think about those things. Sam.
Right to Life of Southern Indiana. Up next, their mission is to educate our citizens about the sanctity of human life from conception to natural death. With more than 200 locations offering support to pregnant mothers in Indiana, they are focused on saving both the mother and the baby. They love them both. They can be found online at
RTLSOIN.org.
I've got a tree and a large bush.
All right. I think I got it. Let's test my glasses. 426 Bank Street, Suite 13. I lost it. 812-945-1116.
You're the man.
Got
You're
it. Glasses.
the man. Doctor's appointment
Spectacles.
next week.
This is what I'm going to break out, though. I'll tell you. I'm only bad in one eye. I could wear a monocle up here. So if you can get a monocle at your visit, we can work something out. Because I'm saying a Halloween broadcast with vampires with monocles.
There you
That's
go.
going to draw something in.
I will be popping into Focus Eye Care Center this week and try to make up for the fact that I am just about completely blind.
That's why we're
here.
only 20 feet out.
Exactly.
We can't see beyond that far.
Deep South Cleaning. Air duct cleaning is what this looks like.
Yep.
coming up
Telephone
here.
number 502-888-5463. First time I can recall seeing them in the Harvest Homecoming Parade. They have got pretty good decorations on this truck coming here behind.
They've got
Actually,
a lot.
They've got 3 of them here.
Yeah.
And next up, Mansion on Main. They are proud to be the home of over 100 residents ages 60 and over who desire a carefree lifestyle in a historic, modern, assisted living setting. Come see why for yourself. The Mansion on Main has been awarded the News and Tribune's Best Retirement Community in 2022 and Kentuckiana Best Senior Living for 2022 as well. Online, themansiononmain.org. Telephone number 812-914-1161, and they are located at 1420 East Main Street here in New Albany. So from where we're at, if you head down to Main Street, take a right. They are a couple blocks down on your left-hand side before you hit the historic district. Thank you, Bella. Isabella dropping off some water. I presume that was for you and not me, but I'll work
She
on
might
this
like you
Coke
more
here.
than me, so I don't know.
That's true. That is true.
That is true.
All right.
All right.
What?
This is Breakaway Recovery Home. The Breakaway Recovery Home, their mission is empowering women, confronting addiction, and celebrating recovery.
Decked out in all blue here today.
Throwing out some candy for the kids.
Somebody, oh, here we go. I was like, somebody came up.
Oh, my
and
gosh, where
provided,
did those come from?
I believe my 11-year-old daughter
I don't know if I
got some
trust that.
candy. She's been down there right on the front row with her best friend in the neighborhood, and they have been making a killing down there as they are getting handfuls dumped in the bag right now. So
Did you just rub those around and then offer them to me?
I'm glad for the 3 that I got, but I feel like the 11-year-olds are holding out on us right now, Sam.
Yeah. No pity.
We've got a little bit of a pause in the show right now.
I see a frog.
There is indeed a frog on the far side of the street here.
There's 2 frogs.
I
One's
guess
coming in the
Isabella
truck.
could jump into this camera right here. We lost Naomi. I think she was out in the heat and was not feeling well, and so we lost one of our camera people here. Ayana is being a trooper right out here in front of us here. So Isabella France is going to jump in and help out. This is why she's going to get to partake in a trip over to Legacy Pizza and Bakery across the street from
That's
us.
incentive.
That is incentive. One of the sponsor of the 1020 Dogcast here, a podcast done in the WNAS studios by New Albany counselor Eddie Bobbitt. What do we got next here?
LiliesSoftwash.com. You can call them at 502-777-6964. Let us soft wash your pad. Lily's Soft Wash.
They are the alternative to pressure washing. Their unique soft washing process cleans, sanitizes, and protects their surfaces with no damage and provides superior results that last 4 to 6 times longer than pressure washing. They use water-based biodegradable chemicals. Big word here. They emulsify dirt and grime, break down insect nests and webs, as well as kill mold, mildew, algae, and bacteria, all while sanitizing the surface using 1/3 the water pressure. And I'm probably should have taken them up because I'm going to be pressure washing the walls to our tent here before we get down to Harvest Homecoming. I do not have the sports drome.
I will say this. If you've never seen a bus race at Sports Drome Speedway, you're not living life.
Have you been down there for that? Because I have always had that on my list of things to do here in town.
It is quite spectacular. Looks like we have Lightning McQueen rolling here. Ford Taurus Lightning McQueen with ICA dumpsters on the back there.
So the sports drome located right off of Lewis and Clark Parkway.
Sounds about right to me.
I think it's tucked behind the Steak and Shake over there.
Yes.
So I have not been. It is on my list of things to do. They have actually got one of the buses. It was parked recently out by the Chillers in Sellersburg, advertising some of the bus demolition races there. So it sounds like something that we should all do at least once in our life.
At least once.
Their Night of Destruction tonight, Saturday, October 7th, starting at 7 p.m.
Nate, look at you checking your calendar. You're on break and you know what day it is.
Hey, you know.
Nate's on top.
He would go, except his band Nervous Wreck is playing this evening, and so he is otherwise engaged for the night.
That's correct.
Nate, are you playing at Harvest?
We will not be playing at Harvest this year, unfortunately. We did
Then
last
I won't
year.
be going.
You can check us out at Nervous Wreck Band on YouTube.
Tell me, who did you all open up for last year down at the amphitheater?
So there were 4 bands. The first band to play was the Blues Brothers. Not,
Mission from God.
Not the Blues Brothers, but a fantastic Blues Brothers cover band. They did a fantastic job. The Nervous Wreck, and then I believe... Ooh, I know that the main band was the Juicebox Heroes.
Oh yeah.
I can't put my mouth on where and what that band was called that we opened up for.
We apologize to them.
Yes,
whoever they were.
Sincerely, Houndmouth. Sincerely, we apologize.
St. Mark's United Church of Christ, where no matter who you are or where you are on life's journey, you are welcome there. St. Mark's, I believe, this morning had a Harvest Homecoming event down there. The baking contest, sponsored by Sweet Stuff Bakery, a WNAS underwriting grant sponsor. They were hosting that, but it was taking place across Spring Street over at St. Mark's, so we thank them for their participation in the Harvest Homecoming festivities.
All right, next we have Cedar Creek Drafts. Cedar Creek Drafts is a family-owned and operated horse farm that offers horseback riding lessons, boarding, and training. They are located in Charlestown, Indiana. They participate in shows all over the country. They own the beautiful Clydesdale horses that you see Budweiser, that are in Budweiser commercials. The wind tried to take my notes away there. You can check out their horses during the Clark County Fair in July in the Draft Horse Barn. If you'd like more information about Cedar Creek Drafts, you can find them on Facebook and Instagram. They would love to help you experience these beautiful horses.
Telephone number for
here
Cedar
we go.
Creek Drafts is 502-333-2436. They've got lessons, boarding, and training opportunities there. Floyd County 4-H is coming up next. They're a volunteer-led program dedicated to making the best better. This program is for all school-age youth, grades K through 12, teaching members about STEM, civic engagement, leadership, and healthy living. Floyd County 4-H clubs have a huge variety of topics for youth to enroll in. They have robotics clubs, archery and safe shooting, baking and crafting clubs, junior leadership, and animal programs including llamas, chickens, horse and ponies, rabbits, and much more. If you want to know more, reach out to your local extension office or talk to a volunteer to find out more. And trying to see if we've got any awards there. Wave to the kids. Hey, you're on television. Oh, there's Kate Walker, a member of WNAS radio and television there in the middle.
I just got confirmation. The Swerve was the other band.
The Swerve, yes.
Swerve.
Right.
I knew it started with an S. I just couldn't remember what it was. But they were fantastic as well. All the bands that year were fantastic.
Speaking of llamas, the Belando Llama and Alpaca.
Good job.
Floyd County
Made it through
4-H
that.
Club.
I mean, we saw the horses go through, and I was like, if I don't see some alpacas come through, I'm going to be devastated.
You got
and
them.
They delivered.
These kids work year-round bonding, training, and caring for these unique animals. There you go. Llamas and alpacas.
Can't say I was expecting that. But
No,
here we
that
are.
was
I'm glad
new.
I showed up. I get that and legacy.
Well, I'm going to let you finish up with the 100th and final float here.
Ladies and gentlemen, ending the parade today, the great, beautifully round, orange, grinning, happy to be here, Mr. Pumpkin. Nate,
Yes.
grinning ear to ear.
It is grinning.
This is what you've waited for. Here
And-
comes Mr. Pumpkin. Harvest is officially here for 2023. Pulling Mr. Pumpkin is Vice President Brent Glass, his wife, and Parade Vice President Allison, and the youngest junior volunteer, Mr. Colton.
Behind
And
us
there's
we have
Kylie Mumaw.
Kylie Mumaw and Malia Rowland, so a current and former WNAS staff members there as we have reached the end of the parade. Before we go off here, I guess impressions. This is 7th year in a row that we've done this on WNAS during my time working at New Albany High School. First time that we've had it on the YouTube channel. Your impressions of some of the theme and the adherence to that theme this year.
I mean, it was wonderful. I was just trying to do something today, have something to do, but I'm actually glad I showed up. And that's authentic. I didn't even have to have coffee for this. So,
But
I
you
mean,
are getting pizza afterwards.
I am
so.
getting pizza. That was incentive, but seeing this, I would have done it anyway. It's nice seeing the community come out. It's like you said, people you've never seen pop out and do this, and it really brings something special to New Albany. I mean, they say, we live in Indiana. What can we do out here? This is it.
And there's going to be a lot of stuff coming up over the next week. We mentioned the pumpkin decorating contest tomorrow afternoon down at the Farmers Market. On Monday night, we're going to have the dog show down on the riverfront at the amphitheater. We've not yet talked. I believe it's Tuesday evening. You can check harvesthomecoming.com to be sure. Have you been out to the pumpkin chunking contest before?
I've not.
I think you said you're going to Chicago for the week.
Yeah.
Oh, tragic.
I'll hold back just for that. I'll fly in.
Tragic. Pumpkin chunking out at the Purdue branch campus out on Charlestown Road. Enormous catapults that are firing pumpkins at targets a football field or two down the way. Potential for destruction, but seeing the engineering that goes into that, absolutely fantastic. You would not think it's as exciting as it
I
actually
saw
is.
pumpkin chunk. They should just write slingshots with an exclamation point, and like 20
absolutely.
dudes would show up.
There are huge crowds out there. There's different high schools as well as organizations at Prosser putting these together. They have a competition out there. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. They did it for a couple of years out at Community Park. They've moved it out to the Purdue campus. So that's going on Tuesday evening, and then I believe the bingo contest is taking place on Wednesday. Booths open up on Thursday. We will be down there again at the intersection of Pearl and Spring in front of Rec Bar. We invite you to come down, talk to us at the WNAS booth, buy some drinks from us, and we're going to probably have some vinyl albums out there for sale as well. We'll be there from 12 until 9 on Thursday, 9 in the morning till 10 at night on Friday and Saturday, and then noon to 5 on Sunday. We'll have a couple of WNS staff members there at all times. former New Albany students and WNAS staff members, welcome to stop by and share their experiences of being in the program here. We're coming up on our 75th anniversary in the spring, and so we know a lot of people have come through the program and have some great experiences, and hopefully you'll be able to come back 30 years from now and tell students about when you got to broadcast on YouTube the 2023 Harvest Homecoming Parade. Yes. All right, that's going to wrap up from the intersection of Vincennes and Shelby. I know Nate's got a concert that he's got to go perform tonight, so we're going to wrap it up. I want to thank Sam on the broadcast here alongside me, Nate Samsel, for getting everything. Make sure he's in the shot.
The man behind the curtain.
Naomi Presley, Isabella France, and Ayanna Starks for shooting video on the day, and also Isabella for run up and putting the broadcast on the FM station. I don't know if she disappeared to go.
I think she is doing it.
I just got a text from her. She said she's back in the studio.
Look at her. Look at her.
All right. Well, Isabella, get some good music for us lined up here, because we have wrapped up and we are ready to hear what you have planned for the people as they are driving home from the parade. Obviously, they're going to have 88.1 FM on in their cars, so it is up to you, Miss France, to have a good selection of music for their drive home. Thank you all for tuning in today. Come down and participate in Harvest Homecoming. We look forward to see you down there. Have a great rest of your weekend.